Hey, what's going on? Good morning, y'all. It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again. And again, for those of you that are a new subscriber to my channel, thanks for that. That don't know what the hell this cage is behind me, because people have been making jokes and I'm in jail and all types of crazy stuff like that. But this is a vehicle. This is my work truck. You see the seats? Yes. That cage is there because I work for a water company and I have my machines back there normally. I just unloaded some stuff right now where I'm at right now. So, like I said, this cage is to keep me safe, so when I'm driving, the ice machines, the water coolers don't hit me in my head and kill me while I'm driving. So, if that answers that, that's that. So, who else is sick of this Earl Thomas talk? You? Me? Okay, so about that. Now, I said that I wasn't going to say anything about Earl Thomas until he actually became a Cowboy. But I just wanted to just quickly speak my piece. But again, Mark Holmes talks enough about Earl Thomas, so I really don't need to reiterate anything. But I will say, from my standpoint, I will say that if it happens, it happens. If it don't, let our young guys go in there and do what they got to do. But on that topic, we already know the narrative about Earl Thomas. He's wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy for so long now. His teammates even said that he would leave practice, and if the Cowboys were playing, and he would leave practice, or if they weren't playing, he would go watch the game. That's cool. He's a Texas boy. I mean, I'm pretty sure most players for other teams love the Cowboys as much as he does. Like Von Miller. Von Miller loves the Cowboys because he's from Texas too. But again, that's the reason why they're America's team. It is what it is. Like it or love it, it is what it is. So now I've heard a lot of you saying in different comments and different areas that everybody's different. And again, I state this all the time. I love the different views, the standpoints, how everybody feels. I respect that. I love that. Because that's what makes us us, and it makes a great debate. If everybody agrees, there's really nothing to debate about. It's just a bunch of agreeing. So, as you know, it was speculation that we were going to give up our second-round pick in this draft for Earl Thomas, but apparently that wasn't good enough for them at the time. Now, as things are heating up and Brian brought us talking about stuff, and other people talking about things, and stuff heating up, and I just seen a report out from CBS about, you know, possible talks, blah, blah, possible this and that. I'm like, okay, whatever. Let it happen if it happens. Now, whether it will happen or not, I mean, I always believed that it could have happened. Now, it still can happen because we're still not in training camp yet. Now, he can either come to the team via training camp or around preseason time. But again, he is still under contract with the Seattle Seahawks, whether he likes it or not. He still has this year on his contract. So if he doesn't show up for their training camp, if he's not traded by then, he's going to get fined. Just like any player would if they don't show up to training camp. It's almost like being AWOL for the military. You're supposed to go deploy. You got to take your ass to your team and go do what you got to do. Now, he clearly doesn't want to be there. The Legion of Boom is dead. Everybody's gone. Cam Chancellor's going to retire because of a neck injury. Smart on him, because you want to make sure that any little health that you have left, you need that for the rest of your life. So, you know, you don't want to be at a point where you cannot function in life. You need to function in life. That is highly important. Also, too, Richard Sherman, you know, he's with the 49ers. Michael Bennett, he's with the Eagles. You know, your boy Bobby Wagner is still there. I was always a fan of Bobby Wagner. He's such a great linebacker. But again, he plays the linebacker position. He's still there. But again, that Legion of Boom is done. Everybody's gone. He's the main veteran in that secondary that's still on that team. And of course, he wants out. His defensive coordinator is now with the Dallas Cowboys. What other place would he go? It only makes sense. Now, a player of his caliber can only make the Cowboys better, whether he's on the field or not, because he's like a player's coach, in my opinion. Now, I've heard people say that, oh, he's washed up and this and that. He's not. He's only 29. He still has some juice left in him. He's still got a good 2-3 years left in him. It's still in his prime, actually. So, some people may think that he might be a progress stopper to Xavier Woods. I don't think so. Xavier Woods is going to do his thing regardless, because Earl Thomas is not going to play the whole time. Now, for what he wants to get paid, we can definitely afford that right now. We can. We have the cap space. We have about, what, 14 mil right now? I mean, you can give him a contract where it makes sense. Also, too, what are we giving up for Earl Thomas at this point? Now, we can give up a second-round pick for next year. Who knows? I don't know what those talks are. They said that there are talks. We don't know for sure because, like I said, we're on the outside of this. We don't know what's going on. Everything is hush-hush right now. So, hey, if he comes to Dallas, I would love it. I love Earl Thomas. I think he's a great player. But even if we don't get him, I look at it like this. We do have young guys that are capable of doing things. I know everybody is so hung up on Jeff Heath being trash, and I'm like, I don't understand why people say Jeff Heath is trash. He's not trash, but he's definitely not a player that should be playing 60 snaps. He's definitely a 15 to 20 snap player on defense, and he's a core special teamer. And again, Jeff Heath has led this team in interceptions multiple times since he's been here. And do you not remember that Derek Carr run-in touchback that he knocked out his hand, that he ran across the field for? A lot of people talking about, oh, he's always running from behind. That's because whatever player that was supposed to be on him in that zone coverage in that area missed or whiffed on the tackle, and he had to go run the guy down to go get him. So, you know, y'all be so hard on Jeff Heath. Like, I like the kid, you know what I mean? Like I said, Jeff Heath is what he is. He's not a superstar. He's never going to be an Earl Thomas type player. That's just not the player he is. But he's good at what he does, and he has produced for this team, and he has stepped up and done a lot of stuff for this team. You guys quick to forget things like that, so don't forget that. Don't forget that. He does serve his purpose. That's the reason why he's still here. He reminds me of if you guys remember Charlie Waters back in the day. He reminds me of Charlie Waters from back in the day. Not because he's white, not because they're both white guys, but because they do play similar. Charlie Waters had issues because they kept trying to move him to cornerback, but he wasn't fast enough to be a cornerback. So, you know, he kept getting burnt, and people were shitting on him back in the day, saying that he sucked. So once he got back to that safety position, that's where he dominated. So I look at it like this, you know, all of our players on this team right now, we have a chance to become a great defense, top 10. You know what I mean? But my whole thing is this. Let these young guys play. Let them do what they need to do. Earl Thomas can only help the situation, again, whether he's on the field or not. Because, again, he knows Chris Richard's system. He knows what he's trying to implement here in Dallas, or there in Dallas, I'm sorry. And it's the same thing. So it can't do nothing but help. Now, sign him. He wants to come there, so you can work something out with him. But again, it has to be via trade because he's still under contract with the Seattle Seahawks. So again, we'll see what happens. I'm not really holding my breath about it. It is what it is. I'll let Mark talk all about that. But that's all I'm gonna say about it. And this is probably the last time I say anything about it until if and when he gets signed. So with that being said, thanks again to all my subscribers. I appreciate y'all. Like, share, comment. It's been your boy E2 Blue. Always keeping it real. Talk to y'all soon.